at the machine, and I have moved my stitch length to 2.5 again, and now I am back here. And what you need to do is we have our strips. You're going to take one strip right side up, and then you're going to take a second strip. And what we want to do is create one continuous strip, so you never have to attach anything. So if you'll notice here on the T, I'm taking the salvages out. We don't want to have those in our binding because you don't need little tiny dots or rougher fabric. So the salvage is out. We're going to perpendicular, they're across like this. Put them under your machine. So you're going to line up the point, and once I get this in, I'll put the needle down and I will show you exactly where we are with this. So you can see it's right on that tip point, and all you're going to do is stitch a straight line with these two. See how it's perfectly straight? And you're going to stitch a straight line. If you'll notice, if you have one of these, if you made yourself one of these little tapes, you can line it up right with that. We stitch across just like this and pull it off. Now, eventually we will trim this. First timers, don't trim it till the very end. It's inevitable. You will probably mess up your order at some point, and then you're going to regret having trimmed that. Trust me from experience. But what you will get when we do open it eventually is a perfectly straight angled piece. So if we do it again, you just take the next piece. You have this here. So I always just follow it down and flip it back over. Grab your next strip. And you want to make sure that this is the strip that you just sewed. So it's always going to be on the bottom facing this way. And then your other top strip is always going to be on the top facing the vertical way, we'll say. And then you come in this, just like this. And this is why you don't want to cut them at the very beginning, because you could easily set up. We'll line up our line. Just like that. So now I'm going to leave this in so I can show you how you just do it. Keep going. So you leave this in, flip this over. This comes the bottom. Take your next strip, put it in vertically again, just like so, and then you can just line it up as you go through. And you will keep doing that until the very end. Okay everyone, we're using my regular ironing board today, but you can see here is your strip. It's attached, you got your perpendiculars. We're just going to come in and trim it at 1/4 inch across the way, just like so. If you want, you can trim these little dog ears off. You really don't have to though. All we're really looking for is this. Once we come in and press this, they're going to take care of themselves when you roll them into the binding, so I don't usually worry about them too much. Next, just come in with your iron. Press it to one side. It honestly doesn't matter since both sides match. There is no dark side. You just want a nice even stream across, and then what you're going to do is just keep repeating this all the way through. And then what we're going to do after we get these all trimmed is we will come back in here and press the binding wrong sides together. Okay, let's get these ready to press and get them in the final form so they can be attached to your quilt. One thing you are going to want to do is just be mindful of the salvage end. It doesn't matter, leave it on, because we're going to have a little bit of extra at the top of the quilt so we can fold over and trim, so you really don't have to worry about it. What we're going to do though is you're just going to fold this in half. So wrong sides together, and almost kind of like you're making a piping or a casing, you're just going to press this in half. It's going to make your life a lot easier in the long run. So as we go through here, I will show you the pressing. One helpful tip too that I've used and picked up over the years is I save like an old ribbon spool. So as I get done, I just roll my binding onto this. Usually I'll roll it right after I get it all pressed. This way when we go to quilt, you'll see it's going to be a lot easier. You don't have all of this floating all over. It's in one nice little package, and then we can unroll it as we go around. But let's get this all pressed.